The county commissioner in Utah County is one of three people. Each of them have both legislative and executive power on a majority together. The county commissioners oversee the entire county, all the money coming in, all the money being spent on both fiscal issues, road projects, road maintenance, moving municipal projects that deal with different municipalities, anything outside of the cities or the cities have to use in conjunction. So electricity, they deal with those things together. They deal with waste, the sewage treatment plants that come in. They deal with how in some limited respects, the water, how it's used. They deal with how utilities are able to be purchased for communities that are outside of city proper areas. They deal with the sheriff's department, the health department, the county jail. There's a huge amount of influence that they have over that. And they also deal with taxes, helping set property values, the level of property percentages for the taxes that go into the cities. They also help to deal, and this is one of the biggest things that a lot of people aren't aware of, but they help allocate who gets to represent in what area for school districts. So currently our school district, for Alpine School District, has 3 members which are in Orem, and the rest are allocated throughout, even though the larger population of students is outside of Orem. So that's if you're worried about how making sure everything is fairly divided between the cities for representation for schools, county commissioners are something you want to be interested in as well. The current county commissioners have a lot of time in public office. They've worked for Public Works and been city commissioners and county commissioners for a long time. I've had my entire career, even though my degrees were kind of geared towards public administration. I have a bachelor's degree in forensic chemistry and criminalistics and an MBA with an emphasis in law management. I spent my career time in private affairs. It gives me a different perspective on business, as management, as well as the responsibility of spending and earning a dollar. It's very important to have that kind of recirculated again inside of our civic leaders, because if we don't do that, then it starts to create a trend where the understanding of how the dollar comes in and how it's spent and what happens to it afterwards becomes disconnected. The current county commissioners have done a lot of things where they've taken the public goods and put them into private affairs. One of the biggest, of course, is the convention center, the tax that's related to that, the project out in Geneva Steel where they're trying to take money out of the school district. That's going to be something I'm continually going to be fighting against. I'm going to be looking for continued ways where services that the county currently offers can be taken out, given to a private company that is able to run it more efficiently, on lower cost, and to continue to lower the tax burden of the county to other citizens. There's so much money that the cities pay to the counties, that the counties are charging, the county has to pay to the state. A lot of people are aware. I was looking up the records recently. $92 million is the amount that Lehigh City paid in property taxes to the county last year. It's a huge amount, and we say, oh, well, the county doesn't charge that much. Well, that's true. The cities do. So the more that the county continues to lower the responsibility of the cities towards the county, the less responsibility we'll have directly towards the cities, and the more money we'll have in our pocket, the more availability we have to give and do things of our own welfare without having that government push us in the direction that they decide. The biggest impediment to job growth is always regulation. The more regulation, the more it's required to pay to start a business, the less you're going to have startup businesses, and the more it's going to cost to get in. The more you can tell companies, we are going to continue to lower your overall cost for yourself, for any employees, for your basic services, as cities have to pay higher amounts to be able to make to get to those areas, the more businesses you'll be able to bring in, as well as the more business that will continue to be prosperous. As well as if you can lower the whole cost of communities inside of a county, the more that you'll have employees that are able to live closer to the businesses inside of the county, which creates a higher percentage of contentment with jobs. People have to travel less. They're able to spend more time with their family, which has other benefits. People tend to shop near where they live. And if you can bring all of those types of things together, it all starts with how much can you get government out of the way of people who are businessmen. Sam Adams, who failed at business, was a brilliant man with politics. One of his things that he always said is, I can make a prosperous government, or I can make a prosperous people. Let us work to limit the government so that people can prosper on their own. He helped write the Massachusetts Constitution, which helped influence a lot of our Constitution as well. That type of mentality is really where we need to have the people in civic responsibility. How much can I lessen the burden for those that would like to be entrepreneurs and like to start their businesses? As legislatively, it's my responsibility to cut every possible place inside of the budget, as well as to make sure and be the voice of reason for those that are trying to expand the government or expand costs or get into places where private businesses really should be and the government really has no business in getting involved in it.